What's up everybody, Patrick with Best Massage Tech, and today I'm looking at two products that have been extremely helpful to me over the past few months, and that is the Cryosphere and the Cryosleeve. So the reason these two products have been especially helpful to me over the past few months is a little over 4 months ago, I did tear my Achilles tendon and had it surgically repaired. So about the last 2.5 months, I've been going through physical therapy and have a lot of inflammation initially and a lot of soreness as I'm getting my strength and mobility back. And so icing and recovering in between those therapy sessions has been really important and really key to my recovery. And these two products have kind of replaced traditional products that I would have used in the past. So I'm gonna dive in and just talk a little bit about each of these products, what they've replaced from what I would have historically been using, and really just how they've been really great products for me. So I'm gonna start with the Cryosleeve, and both of these products are from a company called Recoup. I'll put a link in the description to their website. But so the Cryosleeve combines essentially cold compression therapy into sleeve technology. So think of this as replacing an ice bag that you would traditionally have wrapped around you. If you're at a therapy office, they typically use like a plastic wrap. If you're at home, you might be using an ice bag with an ACE wrap. This really combines two into one. It's really great because it uses what's called BOA technology. BOA technology is this lacing that you see on it here. And this technology is actually something that I first saw in golf shoes to make sure that the laces don't come loose throughout a 4-hour walk on the golf course. But what this lacing system does, it's called a BOA lacing system. It allows the sleeve to become snug around the area that you're icing. So the way it works is it's got these little buttons on it. So these are two separate lacing systems. Anytime you see this here, it's going to be one concise unit. But you press it down and you rotate it and it tightens up around whatever area you're on. And then when you're done, you just pull it and it loosens it off. So for example, if I were to use it on my arm, obviously this is too big for my arm, but I could press it down and crank it until it's a little bit more snug. Now this is a little bit too big for my arm. I've got this one for my leg, but hopefully you get the gist of it there. And you just pull it up. And so I'll try to show that a little bit closer here with the camera, but you just press it down and lift it up. So it is really great. The sizing with this, there's a bunch of different sizes. I'll do a little video layover here just to show the different sizes. The size that I got here is size 6. Primarily going to be using this on my calf and my knee, mostly on my lower leg, so I wanted to make sure that it could fit on my leg. So depending on what you're going to be getting it for, make sure that you look at that appropriate sizing chart so you know which size to buy. If you're going to be using it on your elbow or your arm, you're definitely want a smaller size. But what's great about this BOA system too is these laces are really strong. I know specifically on a lot of the BOA lacing systems, it's actually a stainless steel wire. This one feels more like a thread, but it's essentially just locking it in one place, and it's a lot cleaner than having to use plastic wrap or having to continually roll up an ACE wrap. The other things that I like that's great about this is it eliminates the need for a single-use ice pack. If you're using Ziploc bags with ice cubes in it and throwing it away after every time, this is going to definitely not only save the environment, but save you some money on having to continually buy plastic bags, make ice cubes. I think it's also great because a lot of people, when they want to ice an area, they'll just put the ice pack on with a towel or something. So this adds the element of compression. If you're looking at a large muscle group, you want to help reduce that inflammation, and compression is going to help do that. And so you're able to tighten this up as snugly as you want it, and it's going to add that element. And overall, it just quite honestly makes icing easier. Just slip it on whatever area you're going to do it, crank it down, and you're ready to go. So I just keep this in my freezer. It does take about 2 hours to freeze fully. Once it is frozen, it stays cold for about an hour. They do recommend whatever areas you're icing to ice in 20-minute increments. But it's been a great tool for me. I've used it very often over the last few months. again, it's just really convenient just to be able to throw it on and crank it. The cleaning on it, not something you can throw in the washing machine. It is recommended to hand wash and air dry, but really great tool. And again, that's the Cryosleeve. And then the other tool that I've been using is from Recoup. It's called the Cryosphere. So what this is, it's a stainless steel ball that just freely rotates here. And I've had this in the freezer, so hopefully you can see how it's rotating there. But what this replaces for me is, and this is something that goes all the way back to when I was running track and field in college, but oftentimes after practice, I would take, at the time, just a paper cup that had ice water, or had water frozen into it. So it's just a cup. The paper, you rip it off and you can kind of hang onto the paper part and massage your calf or your Achilles or any part of your body. Me specifically was using it on my legs. But what was bad about it was that you always need to have a towel. As the ice would melt, water would kind of get everywhere. And so this is really the same exact concept as that, only you're not going to have water going everywhere. You're just going to have this, nice frozen solid ball. So again, this is great because it combines cold therapy with massage therapy. It allows you to massage whatever areas you're looking to reduce some inflammation on. The ball itself is 3.15 inches. And it's filled with a cooling gel. So that's actually what's freezing and allowing it to stay cold for longer than what just the surface temperature of the metal would stay cold. So, it reduces the mess. You don't have to do paper cups. It's reusable. Again, so similar to the example I was using with a Ziploc bag and ice. You don't have to constantly have cups filled with water in your freezer. You just throw this in your freezer, keep it there. You can use it whenever you want. It does unscrew out of this little casing here. So you can actually use it, if you want to massage the bottom of your feet, you can roll your foot around with the whole ball. You can use it on your calves, kind of use it almost like a massage ball, on the ground, and get it in your hamstrings and really roll around on it and keep that massage aspect of it with some significant pressure. And this is cold. I hope you can see that it keeps fogging up. It's colder than an ice cube, or as cold as obviously not colder, but an ice cube, but it's really cold. You're not gonna have to worry about it getting warm while you're using it. It does take 2 hours to freeze fully, but it stays cold for 6 hours. So why you would ever need to use it for 6 hours, but you can use it in a lot of different body parts here, and it's not gonna melt on you. It's gonna stay cold, it's gonna maintain temperature. And again, this is something that I've personally been using on my Achilles, on my calf, especially after those therapy sessions, to really just massage some areas that are really tender and sore for me. So yeah, two great products here. Really just wanted to do a quick video highlighting something that I've personally been using a lot, in addition to the massage guns that I use very often, almost daily, again, especially with my therapy going on and just doing all those different things. So again, I'll drop a link in the description for both of these devices, but that is the Cryosleeve and the Cryosphere. I always appreciate people when they like, comment. If you have any questions about either of these, I'd be glad to answer them. If there's some other devices you'd like to see reviewed, go ahead, drop in the comments. I'd be glad to check them out for you. If you're not sure whether it's something that's for you, maybe I can answer some questions for you that you might have. But two great products from Recruit. That's a review.